Hey guys, Alex from 7th Hour Films back again with Frieren. Last time around we had Conquering the Labyrinth, where basically, we had the second test of the first class mage exam, which was to explore a labyrinth. Nothing terrible, just go explore a labyrinth. However, there are many traps, living gargoyles, there's also doppelgangers of everyone in there, and Dankin's group ended up facing the Frieren doppelganger, which is just as powerful as Frieren, so it's kind of a problem. Frieren and Fern went in, and they just started exploring, and Frieren just going around trying to find as much crap as she can, because she just likes it. Also, the test proctor went with them. And things are going well. I don't know if they're going well, but they're going. They are going, and basically everyone's running into troubles. Even Frieren, because she got eaten by a mimic. Again. She keeps doing that. But who knows, there could be a grimoire in there, so... Anyhow, that's pretty much it. That's pretty much where we left off. Like always, the reaction is down in the description and in the pinned comment for your viewing pleasure. So let's go ahead and jump right into this episode of Frieren. Here we go. Man, one minute Fern's clinging on to Frieren. The other minute she's ready to kill her. Fern is a complicated girl. Anyway. You know what I bet? I bet Frieren knew that Fern could do it. She was just waiting for Fern to figure it out. If I were to hazard a guess, Frieren knew that Fern could do it. Just let her come to that conclusion, you know? Anyway. Alright, interesting stuff. More problems with doppelgangers. There shouldn't be... I guess the monster of this dungeon, doesn't care. But there shouldn't be a doppelganger of Zerza? I forgot it again. Whatever. Her, the instructor. Because this is not fair. But it's not supposed to be fair. Oh, good grief. How's Fern gonna do it? How's Fern gonna kill Frieren? But I love that, though, because just immediately it's like, I think I might be able to do it. And Frieren is just like, ooh. Now I'm intrigued. I mean, good grief. She is so... This is like the happiest, like, the longest we've seen Frieren happy. And it's in such a dire, terrible place. But she's just happy as a clam. Just going through, You know, an interesting thing, I just thought of this. The whole thing with the mural. Because I'm assuming they didn't find a grimoire in there. They just found the mural. Interesting thing about that, because I just thought of it. It's like, because Fern was looking at it and is like, wow, this thing is incredible. Frieren didn't really seem to care, but she looked at Fern. It's the same thing with the sunrise, It's the same thing with the sunrise, that, like, that mural means nothing to her. Again, I joked about it last time, but I bet they probably built this labyrinth, like Frieren was still alive when they built this labyrinth. She's so friggin' old. So it's like, the mural, that does nothing for her. But Fern seeing the mural does, which is interesting. So everyone's dealing with doppelgangers. And it's interesting, too, because it's the first time that Frieren and Fern encountered one. Like, it's exactly like Fern said. It's like, our progress seems to be going weirdly smoothly, So, but maybe that's because they're actually taking the dungeon. Like, maybe that's, like, intended. Like, if you take the dungeon, you actually take the time to go through. You don't just brute force the whole thing. Then you'll have a better time with it. I don't know. Go around, discover all the secrets. Don't just friggin' blast through to the end. So. But that was interesting. Huh. Alright. I'm going to make my prediction now for next episode of how Fern is going to beat Frieren. Do you think, and I know you guys know this because you've already saw the show, you know if I'm right or not. I wonder if it's going to be a sleeping spell. Because she has all the strengths and all the weaknesses of Frieren, right? And the only person, aside from Frieren herself, and even probably Frieren wouldn't think about that, you know? But it's like, okay, what is a glaring weakness of Frieren's? Only Fern is going to know that she sleeps in like a monster, you know? Like, she sleeps in like a stoned college student. Like, she'll sleep till like 2 o'clock in the afternoon if she's allowed to, you know? I still do that. I mean, not 2 o'clock. There's other people in the house, so I have to get up, but I could do that. Most days when I wake up, I get up at about 8 o'clock in the morning. There are most days where I'm like, all right, I have to get up. You know, I have to get up, do stuff. You know, sometimes take care of a dog or whatever. There are mornings, though, even like this morning, where I was like, I could have slept like another hour or two, you know? It's ridiculous. So, I don't know. I'm still in that stage of life at 27 where I still sleep in. My dad cannot. My dad wakes up at like 6 o'clock and he's like, well, I'm done sleeping. So that's the thing. And I mean, to be fair with Frieren, you know, she has kind of the body of a teenage girl, so she sleeps like a teenage girl too. If that is the case, if that's actually how Fern does it, that'd be so funny. It's like, because who else would know? Like, the only other person who would know about this would be Stark, you know, or Eisen, you know, someone who has been with Frieren for a while. But only Fern potentially has a sleeping spell. It's got to be something kind of weird like that. You know, it's got to be something that exploits a very obvious, I'm going to say probably stupid weakness of Frieren's, you know, something goofy. And it's also going to involve a goofy little spell that Frieren and Fern know, you know? I bet that's going to be it. You know, I just thought of this. Do you think if the heroes party came through here and there were doppelgangers of them, like, you know, you would have doppelgangers of Frieren, Heiter, Eisen, and Himmel. Do you think the Himmel one wouldn't fight? Like, of all the doppelgangers that could ever be made, even though their whole purpose is to fight and kill people that come into this labyrinth, I'm willing to bet if they made one of Himmel, he wouldn't do it. He would, like, Himmel is too much of a good boy that if you perfectly replicate it, he's just not going to do what you want, you know? That would be funny. That'd be really funny. Or he would be showing off, you know? He would be, like, doing, like, crazy poses and stuff, and you know, trying to show off his magnificence. And the real Himmel would be like, that's some good poses right there, boy. Ugh, I don't know, man. Anyway, interesting stuff also between Ubel and Lond. I like that. I like because it's like he's good enough of a person that, you know, he will save her. Like, I don't know if he cares about her, but he'll come in and save her. He'll do the right thing. And she can use that. You know, it's like, I like that relationship where it's like, and it's not necessarily a bad thing for him. Like, I don't know. It's just like, she exploited him, basically. It's like, I knew that you would come in and save me, because if you didn't, then my blood would be on your hands, specifically. Like, she engineered this scenario specifically to do this, you know? It's absolutely ridiculous, but I mean, is that such a bad thing for him? It probably is. I mean, she's kind of a toxic person, but I I don't know. Is she... do they have a good relationship? I don't know. Are they really friends? I don't know. You know what, I will say they are friends until she no longer needs him. Like, once she gets that cloning spell from him, she probably will just drop him. Like, as long, and probably, like, once they're out of this whole trial thing. Once they're out of this exam, I'm willing to bet she'll just drop him. It's just like, I don't need you anymore, you know? But for now, he is in a good place, I suppose. The two of them are in a good place, so... Yeah, I guess I dropped my pen. I guess that's pretty much it. Just dealing with the doppelgangers. Virabel and his group, they finally managed to deal with their doppelgangers. And yeah, now we've got Fern knows how to deal with Frieren. And again, Frieren, I love how happy she is in this dungeon. Like, she is at her most consistently happy in this place, you know? It's really interesting. It's like, this is her natural habitat, and we just didn't realize this, you know? This entire show, this is when she's at her most happy, is going and exploring a dungeon. Ugh. And just figuring out, like, trying to figure out the doppelganger and doing all this. Being hugged by a very tall woman who smells nice. She likes that. And then Fern comes over. Ugh. Fern comes over, she's jealous. I guess she's jealous. I don't know. I would also, I'd expect that of Stark if someone came up and hugged Fern, you know? It might not even be that. It might be because Frieren, just without even, like, thinking about what she's actually doing, is just hugged her back, and it's just like, oh, you smell nice. It's just like, that's not even what she was doing, you know? That's not even what she was doing. She was just, you know, trying to figure her out and stuff. Trying to figure out all her weaknesses. It just happened to be a hug, so. But Fern got a little jealous. I don't know. I don't know. Does Fern actually have relationships? I mean, I know we have this whole thing between Fern and Stark. Honestly, it's slightly one-sided. Not even, like, it's like he kind of expresses love for her, and she just kind of accepts him a little bit. It's just like, I don't know. I don't know. She's such a tsundere, so I guess there's that. I don't know. She has her group, though. She's clearly the brains. It's kind of like in Castlevania. I remember I saw a comment one time about, like, yeah, how many brain cells they share. It's like, you know, Sypha has the one brain cell for 23 hours a day. Alucard has the one brain cell for 1 hour a day. Trevor never gets the one brain cell, you know? That's kind of the way it is with this trio. It's just like, Fern's got all the brains. Frieren sometimes does. Stark is just there. He's their muscle boy. And they like him. They're glad they have their muscle boy. They're glad they have their muscle. Yes, that's how you say that sentence. But yeah, I don't know. It's just funny. It's just funny Fern getting a little jealous. So, I think this is a tall woman. You know, tall. Honestly. We need to show her, whatever her name was, show her to Zine. He'd be all over her, so. Am I going anywhere with this? I don't think so. Good episode. Curious to see what we're doing next time. I just really hope that Fern has, like, a goofy plan of how to beat Frieren. Because that makes sense, you know? Instead of trying to beat her in terms of just strength, just outclass her, it's just like, no, just exploit some goofy weakness that only Fern would really know. Frieren should know, but she just doesn't think about it, so. I don't know. But that is basically it. With all of that being said, I'm Alex from 7th Hour Films, and I will see you guys next time. Take care. Alright guys, thanks for watching this video. There's a bunch of links on screen if you want to go click around any of those. There's a playlist with all of my Frieren reactions, as well as another video you can go click on if you want. There's also a subscribe button and a Patreon button on screen, as well as other links in the description if you want to go check out any of those. See you guys later.